Are you someone who is struggling to be creative? Are you really wanting to create something and put it out there in the world? Is there something you want to create that you want to share with others, but for some reason you're just really struggling? Okay. Maybe you are someone who is flooded with ideas. Maybe you have no problem attracting ideas and inspiration to you. But then when it actually comes down to putting those ideas into action, implementing them, and actually creating that very thing, for some reason you struggle with that. Could it be that you are living in a more passive state rather than an active one? Okay, now if you're living in a more passive state, then it could be that you feel very stuck. Okay, you feel like you just can't seem to create any change, you can't seem to move forward with your life. And if we look at the chakra system, sometimes the way this can show up with the chakras is that we'll have a very overactive brow center. Okay, so there's too much energy in the brow and a very underactive solar plexus. Okay, and also sometimes we can have a very open and balanced brow chakra, but the rear aspect of that chakra could be blocked. So the chakras have front aspects as well as rear aspects, and the rear aspects of each chakra are to do with how we use our will in relation to each aspect of our life that is governed by those chakras. Yeah. Now, how can we flip more into an active state? How can we do that? Because if we don't, okay, if we're too passive and we have just an accumulation of energy, okay, in us that is not being used, that is not being moved, then that can cause stagnation in the body, okay? And that stagnation can eventually manifest into the physical body in some form of illness, such as restless legs, yeah, or knee problems, arthritis from too much rigidity in the body, not enough movement, yeah, joint problems, stiff joints, low blood pressure, fatigue, obesity, yeah, even constipation. So what can we do about this? Okay, so perhaps observe yourself over the next few days, yeah, have a look at what is it that you're spending most of your time doing. Are you mostly engaging in very passive activities? Okay, are you mostly consuming? Okay, whether that's consuming material from books, from TV, perhaps you're looking at social media a lot, you know, which can cause a lot of procrastination. Or, you know, even with your spiritual activities, are you spending a lot of time just sitting and meditating, you know, and you're not moving enough? Yeah. If you are spending a lot of time doing passive stuff, then this needs to be balanced with more active activities, okay, such as physical exercise or, you know, going out and helping someone, cooking a meal or planting some flowers. It can be as simple as that, because what you want to do is you just want to do something to get that energy moving. Have you got a lot of thoughts and ideas up here in your head, but you're just leaving them floating around in your head? You're actually not doing anything about it. It's just all up here all the time, okay? Well, that's no good. That's not going to help you to create, okay? So energy has to be able to move down the chakra system. So when we receive inspiration, we receive thoughts and ideas, we need to be able to bring that energy down so that it can be materialized onto the physical plane. Okay, and one of the most simple things you can do is just to jot it down. If you get an idea, just put it down on paper. Because what you need to do is something practical. You just need to take that first step towards creation. Yeah. you have to be willing to change. You have to be willing to move, okay, to move this energy. And, you know, perhaps you're more of a talker, so make a video, you know, just share something. I don't care what it is. You can just share, I don't know, something you read from a book. You can share something you've discovered. You can share an experience that you've had. Just start getting that energy moving. Don't wait until everything has to be absolutely perfect and you need something absolutely brilliant to talk about. Just start moving that energy. When we are not being creative with our energy, and this energy is just left unused in us, what can end up happening is that it ends up being expressed in the most shadowy and destructive ways, such as we'll end up just getting angry and irritated all the time at people. Yeah, we'll end up becoming manipulative in our relationships. Yeah, we'll just focus more on what we can get. We'll focus more on obtaining material possessions and just accumulating stuff. Or at the very extreme, we get into some kind of addiction, you know, drug and alcohol abuse. You might actually be someone who has an abundance of creative energy, okay? You have a whole bunch of ideas, you have bundles of creative energy, but maybe what's happening is that you are struggling to maintain some kind of structure, okay? Perhaps you are someone who just kind of jumps from project to project, or you start a new project and then you never finish it. Yeah, what is going on there? So what could be happening there is that there may be some work to do around structure and boundaries. Okay, so the first chakra would need to be worked on here, basically. Sometimes when we have been raised by parents where in such a way that we have learnt to think of boundaries as a bad thing, yeah, we have negative associations with things like discipline and structure, then we'll try and avoid those things, okay? And that can make us really not very good at setting boundaries when we need to, not very good at having some kind of structure in our lives. And we can become more rebellious. So that's more kind of like an energy where we struggle to commit to a project, yeah, because there's just no ability to actually have any kind of perseverance or discipline. You may also get stuck in a passive state because you believe that you don't actually need to do anything. You don't need to take any action, that you can just sit back, you can just pray. God is just going to send to you whatever it is you're praying for, or you can just sit back and you can just visualize all day what it is you want. I mean, we've got law of attraction, which has been a major influence in the spiritual community, and law of attraction is all about, you know, it provides us with some good tools. Law of attraction provides us with tools in order to be able to manifest our desires, yeah, but they are very passive things, you know, visualization or working with our emotional energy or working with our thought patterns, yeah. But in order to actually attract something into our lives, raising our vibration is just really the first part of creating something. We then have to be able to take inspired action to actually bring that thing into our lives. So we do have to play an active role in creation with the universe. Yeah, the universe isn't just going to drop it into your lap. Okay. So I'm sorry if that upsets you, but that's not how it works. You do play an active part in this. The universe may provide you with help in the way of giving you the right next step to take, but at the end of the day, you are the one that has to take that step. Okay, you need both of these energies basically. Okay, so yin and yang the masculine and the feminine force. This one is a very pulling energy where you are pulling in ideas and inspiration and pulling in information, and the other is a pushing. It's a very forward motion. Okay, and everyone knows that we need push and pull in order to even create a baby. Yeah, so yeah, we need both of these energies. So we've got to work on basically developing ourselves in such a way where we are balancing these two energies within us. So where we may be being too passive, we may need to be a little more aggressive. Where we're being too overly aggressive, we may need to be a bit more passive. Okay. Anyway, I hope that you liked this video. If you did, then please give it a like and consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'm wishing you a very beautiful day. Bye.